Hello, welcome to Quest for Thunder. I'm Mark. My wife Jean and I are refitting our 1983 Pearson 422, and we're glad you've joined us. If this is your first time visiting Quest for Thunder, please consider subscribing and clicking the notification bell so that you'll receive notification when we upload new content. We're glad you're here. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Welcome to Quest for Thunder and enjoy the video. Thank you.
It is indeed a beautiful day in Clear Lake Shores today. So we walk down the dock towards our slip and Thunder. She's down here on the left on the end. There she is. She's looking quite nice. Had the top sides done on her recently. She was wet sanded and then she was polished, so she looks really good. She's starting to look a lot better. We need to do some work on her taff rail, some varnish, and that's coming. But right now we're still concerned with inside, but she's looking good. It's her new enclosure. Yeah, beautiful day out here. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. Clear Lake Shores. There's Clear Lake Shores over there, across the way from us. Real nice little community over there. Tide is a little bit out. We've had some we've had a little bit of north wind here over the last few days, which has a tendency to blow the water out of here. And yesterday when I came to the boat, she's still riding a bit low to the dock. But yesterday when I came, I had to literally jump down onto the boat. She was so low, she was definitely sitting in the mud. So all the water had been blown out. But yeah, beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. Welcome aboard, Quest for Thunder. I know that it's been a long time since we've done an update video. A lot of things have been happening in our lives over the course of the last several months. Not to mention the death of a family member, and so we have been somewhat distracted. And so I apologize for the absence, for the length of the absence. But we rest assured we are still here and we are still working on Thunder, and she is coming along beautifully. I think we finished off our last video was a short underway that we did out into the inner bay in Galveston, and we actually were under our brand new precision sails head sail, complete with our own very own Quest for Thunder logo, which was very nice. The sail performed extremely well. We had fairly light winds, and we were moving right along, right about 6 knots. It was just great to be under sail, and we really enjoyed it. Hopefully you saw that episode. If not, you can check it out. It is posted. But today, I wanted to kind of bring us all up to speed about what's been going on inside Thunder. And I know that the last DIY type video that we had posted was had to do with our galley and some of the things that we were doing in the galley, and we have almost finished the galley. We've come a long way. We only have like one more thing to do to make it complete, and maybe two more things to do to make it complete. It's a boat, you know, and that's the way it goes on boats, right? You think you're finished, and then you realize, well, maybe not so much. So anyway, let me share with you where we are currently in our galley project. So let me do that. Okay, when I left off, we were putting this backsplash in. This backsplash is actual stone. It's a stone veneer. It's very thin, but it's perfect for something like this because it doesn't add a lot of weight, but it really looks nice. And you can see we finished that all the way across to under the companionway here. And so it gives a whole new look to the boat. It certainly makes a difference. And then you can see where we've actually installed our new galley sink, and this is complete with a pull-out sprayer. And we have a saltwater hand pump here. And we have a freshwater also foot pump. The foot pump lives right down here. And then we have this new double sink that we've put in. We did our countertop. We redid our countertop. This is a storage area in here. I need to get a new grommet for the top of it to lift it out, but it's deep storage under here. And so that's that. And then over here you can see the same thing we've done. We've done this section over here as well. But anyway, yeah, it came out really, really well. We installed a new light up underneath here. It's a little LED job right up underneath here, and it's really bright. Looks really, really good. Then we have the little microwave enclosure right there. We've done some work over here on this side of the galley. This is where our plate and cup storage goes. You can see that little stainless steel bar that is actually been removed because we do not have a stove, as you can see here. So this is the last, this and possibly one of the things, the last part of the galley renovation. We're in the process of ordering a new 2-burner propane stove. We haven't decided whether we're going to go with E&O or Dickinson or maybe possibly Force 10. We don't know yet, but we know that we're going to go with a propane stove, and that'll go in here. And then the other part of this renovation that we haven't talked about much yet, and let me show you what I'm talking about. It's about 3 feet deep, and let's see here. It's about 22 inches wide, so it's a pretty good size refrigerator. Inside the refrigerator is it goes all the way back in there, and then it angles up with the shape of the hull. But you can see it goes back in there a good ways. It's a very, very deep refrigerator. And then of course there's the cooling element there, the freezing element. It's a Dometic. The problem with these is that they're just not real efficient. The compressor for this particular model lives underneath the sink. You can see it back in there. There's a sink, and then we've got the starter battery in here too. So there's not a whole lot of real estate under here, and that compressor takes up a good bit of room. With this starter battery and then the freshwater pump in here, you can see we really just don't have room for anything else in there. Again, like I said, these are very, very inefficient. And I don't know if maybe it's just that there's not enough insulation in there. It was built with the boat. You can see the insulation is really not all that thick. And the sides are probably no more thick than this is. And so, while it does work, it really uses a lot of power. And so I'm thinking about changing this. And so what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about just taking the refrigerator section inside completely out, just gutting that whole thing, and then cutting this down to about right here. And then there's the deck there. So cut it down to about right here, and then just enclose the top completely. After I cut it away, I just put the top on there completely, and make it so it's solid and it doesn't have a lid or anything. It's just a solid piece there. And then on top of that, install one of those new fangled 12-volt freezer refrigerators that are they're self-contained. The 12-volt, the compressor, and all that stuff is self-contained in it. It's a little smaller than this. Obviously, they do have some pretty decent sized ones, but it's a little smaller than this. But they're far, far more efficient, and they don't use up they don't eat up the battery nearly as bad as this one does. So I'm thinking about doing that. it just, I will have to give up some freezer and refrigerator space, but I think that might not be a problem. I'm not real sure yet. I haven't really decided. But then any of the space below this where we cut this off, just so that the thing can sit on there and be about the same height as this. Anything below, we can use it as storage, because then I can put an opening in the front of this. I can actually put drawers in that can pull out. They can pull way out in front of the companionway, and I can literally put stuff in there and slide the drawer in. I could put a couple of drawers, and I would gain a lot more space, a lot more storage, as it were. So anyway, it's a thought, it's an idea. My wife and I have talked about it, but we really haven't really had enough courage to pull the trigger on it yet. This compressor has given me problems though, and rather than spending a lot of money on repairing or replacing that compressor, I'm thinking that I'd much rather spend the money and purchase a self-contained unit that can sit on something that I build here, and that will give me more storage underneath. Okay, so that's about it for today. I was going to do some painting today, but it's getting late. That's what happens when you get a late start. By the time I got the materials together, I didn't have the appropriate primer or paint to do what I was doing. I had to go to the big box store, and that took a little bit of time. And then by the time I got down here, it started getting kind of late. So I don't really want to pour out paint that I'm just going to have to pour back into the container. So I'm going to wait. But anyway, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you like the Galley. I think it really looks good. I think it's come out really, really nice. It sure does change the character of the boat, really. We start doing stuff like this. Once we get the stove in and we figure out what we're going to do with this refrigerator, it's really going to make a huge difference for us, particularly when we're making way, when we're underway and doing some passage making. So again, thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that. Hit that subscribe button. It helps us. And certainly we want to grow this community. We really do enjoy interacting with everybody out there. So if you have comments or concerns or questions, or if you want to, broker some advice, we're all ears. So feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. So once again, thank you for joining us on Quest for Thunder. Fair winds and following seas. Bye.